Hi, everybody. I'm delighted to have with me today Piotr Prokocki from Penteris, one of the GGI network member firms in Poland. Piotr has very kindly agreed to have a discussion with us today about some tax issues that you might want to consider if you're thinking about perhaps establishing operations in Poland. I think, Piotr, should we just jump straight into it? And perhaps you can give us a kind of headline as to what taxes companies need to be thinking about paying if they do operate in Poland.
Hello, nice to meet you. Thank you for the opportunity to have such meeting, such webinar. My name is Piotr. I am a tax advisor and attorney at law at Penteris. We are a medium-sized Polish law firm with international reach. So if we want to talk about taxes, I think we first concentrate on some similarities and differences between the Polish and the UK tax system. So the basic information is that companies in Poland have to pay corporate income tax, VAT, and local taxes. The most important local tax is real estate tax. So I think to this extent, this is similar to the taxation in the UK, yes?
Yes, although perhaps the real estate tax may be less significant in the UK. Business rates can be significant, but they are very a bit archaic, to be honest, and I don't really understand them. So, in terms of those three taxes, what are the kind of real estate tax rates that you would be looking at in Poland? How's that worked out at a high level?
So real estate tax differs in different locations of Poland. In big cities, of course, it is much higher than in the rural areas. And we have different rates for private property and for companies. So the highest rate for companies for buildings is around £5 per square meter. This is the annual rate. We have also tax on the land and on structures. But the real estate tax is not the most important factor if we decide to make an investment in Poland. Much higher tax obligation is corporate income tax and also VAT if we have domestic transactions conducted by a Polish company.
Okay, that's great. So what are the corporate income tax rates that people are looking at if they have a Polish entity?
So the standard corporate income tax rate in Poland is 19%. And there is also a reduced 9% corporate income tax rate, which is applicable to small companies. I mean, companies which annual turnover does not exceed the equivalent of €2 million.
So that's quite a generous small companies rate, actually, of 9%. If you are looking to start up a business in Poland, then it'll be a little while probably before you get to the point where you have to pay 19%, and even that isn't the end of the world as a tax rate on your profits.
Exactly, especially in comparison to other countries with higher corporate income tax rates. So our tax is not the highest one. And we have also a lot of tax incentives for foreign companies, for investors especially who wants to conduct direct investments in Poland.
And can you tell us a little bit about those incentives and how they work?
So the most important incentive for direct investment in Poland is the Polish investment zone system. It offers an exemption from corporate income tax, which is available for 10, 12, or even 15 years, up to the level of 70% of the total amount of investment conducted in Poland. It is available for companies which, for example, want to build a manufacturing plant in Poland or want to invest in modern services in Poland, like shared service center. And the Polish investment zone system is now replacing special economic zone regime, which was in Poland for over 20 years. And it offered similar exemption from tax, but it was restricted to specific locations in Poland. And the Polish investment zone system is not restricted to any area. It's available to investments conducted in the whole territory of Poland.
Okay, that seems very generous, actually. And is there any specific arrangements or incentives for the IT industry? I think I'd heard there might be.
Yeah, our tax system offers a lot of incentives for IT industry. Let me talk about three of them: IP box, R&D relief, and application of increased 50% tax deductible cost. The IP box is a reduction of the corporate income tax rate from the standard 19% to only 5%. And this reduced tax rate is applicable to tax profit from sale of IP rights. The R&D relief is double deduction of costs incurred for R&D activity, and the increased 50% tax deductible costs allow to significantly reduce the tax base for personal income tax applicable to employees. So the IT industry may offer comparably higher remuneration for their staff because of lower level of taxation.
Okay, that's very interesting. And then finally, are there any particular incentives other than the lower rate for small and medium-sized companies in Poland?
Currently, the most important incentive for medium-sized and small companies in Poland is so-called Estonian corporate income tax. Why Estonian? Because it is copied directly from the Estonian tax system, and it offers postponement of taxation till the moment of distribution of profits from the company. So if you have a company in Poland and the company generates profits, there is no obligation to pay any corporate income tax until the moment when the profits are distributed by the Polish company to the, for example, UK shareholder. And this is a big competitive advantage because this incentive is not available for big companies, for international or domestic corporations with multi-level shareholding structures.
Okay, that's interesting. So does it only work if you are effectively a single trading company? So if you have a group, you can't distribute profits around the group without triggering the tax? Or if the profit is staying inside a Polish group, can you continue to take it?
Just to use this incentive, you must have very simple shareholding structure. So the only shareholders may be individuals. They may be Polish tax residents, but also UK tax residents or people from other countries. And such company may not have any subsidiaries. So it must be a very simple corporate structure. But for example, there is no limitation on the annual turnover of such company. So potentially the turnover may be very, very high. And the postponement of taxation also does not have any time limit. So you can postpone the payment of tax for 10, 20, even 50 years, if you wish.
That's really interesting. It sounds like a great incentive for startup businesses, and we have a lot of clients who are startups. When you're in that stage where you're just putting everything together and actually getting up and running, it will be brilliant. Although I suspect once you start to go overseas, then you'll need subsidiaries, and then it will start to get a bit trickier to maintain that status.
Yeah, this is brilliant for startups and for all companies that want to develop because it allows companies to reinvest the total capital before taxation. So it increases cash flow, it increases investment opportunities. It's a perfect solution especially for startups.
That's really interesting and certainly unique, I guess, to Poland and Estonia. Thanks very much, Piotr. That was a great kind of high-level review. I think we're going to talk again about some tax issues relating to investing in Poland and employing staff in Poland, which I'm sure will also be really useful. And I'm looking forward to talking to you about that.
Thank you a lot, John. Thank you.
Great. And obviously, if anybody has any questions about any tax issues, they're thinking about investing in Poland, do get in contact with Piotr, whose details will be on the end of this podcast. Thanks very much, everybody.